Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And I have a video attached here where Ace Magashule is addressing the media, but basically refusing to take questions. Okay, well, he takes questions, but on his terms. You'll see that at the end of the video attached here. Now, what I find so interesting about this particular interview with Ace Magashule are two things. First of all, he and senior members of the ANC have just visited, guess who? Jacob Zuma. Now, think about it. In the last couple of weeks, you've had Julius Malema, the president or the commander-in-chief of the Economic Freedom Fighters. You've had Andile Nixitama, that nasty bit of work from Black First, Land First, visit Jacob Zuma. You've had Ace Magashule now visit Jacob Zuma. And why this is interesting is because Ace Magashule is in the Zuma faction of the ANC. And the Ramaphosa faction of the ANC are currently being courted by the Democratic Alliance. And as I've said in a couple of earlier videos, the EFF are now looking at forming a coalition with the Ace Magashule, Dlamini Zuma, Jacob Zuma faction of the ANC, splitting away from the Ramaphosa faction of the ANC, who the Democratic Alliance are now looking at forming a coalition with. And of course, this is political expediency by the Democratic Alliance and the Economic Freedom Fighters. They both want to hang on to the coattails and then try and manipulate the situation where they can use the ANC votes that they've got by forming that coalition. So we live in very, very interesting times. And if you're a Democratic Alliance voter, I would be having a serious rethink in August this year. Especially if you're in the Western Cape. The Cape Party is your party. That's the one that's going to provide you with a future. And there are also some minority parties which you should be looking at as well. But DA, leave the DA alone. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Here comes the video. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. And just in closing, I should say that you will notice that Ace Magashule, who is himself facing arrest right now for his fraud and corruption in the Free State when he was the premier there, you'll notice how he is defending Jacob Zuma. And he keeps on referring to the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, not knowing that what Jacob Zuma is actually doing by being in contempt of the courts is actually in breach of said Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Here comes the video. Cheers, guys.
This way. You can take off. Okay, sorry for our apologies and apology to our viewers. Our statement is it's not a long statement. I just want to report that we held our meeting with former President of the Republic, Comrade Jacob Zuma. So I've seen the media saying Zuma snaps the ANC. We held our meeting from 10:30 to 5:30 this afternoon. That's when we ended our meeting. And I just want to report to the public that it was indeed a very good meeting, very constructive, positive, energizing and giving hope to both the country and the African National Congress leadership and its membership. And we have agreed with President Zuma as top 6 to continuously engage on issues and matters which are out there in the public space, be it issues around the Zondo Commission, as you are now calling it. We know it as a Judicial Commission of Inquiry into what people term state capture. So the meeting went very well, and the meeting is a follow-up after the last NEC meeting on the 13th and the 14th of February, where the National Executive Committee of the ANC requested the top 6 to engage with former President of the Republic of South Africa, Comrade Jacob Zuma, to best understand his position around his appearance before the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into what you term state capture. And the meeting exchanged views on a variety of issues, including but not limited to the decision by the former president not to present himself physically to the Zondo Commission. We discussed issues such as the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and we all agreed that the Constitution of the country is an important instrument in the lives of all South Africans. But we further emphasize that it is also important to understand and respect the Bill of Rights as enshrined in the Constitution. Comrade Zuma made a very extensive presentation on what has prompted his decision not to appear before what you term the Zondo Commission. And he also talked about his rights as enshrined in the Constitution of South Africa and the rights of all South Africans. And we all agree that there has not been any intention to undermine the Constitution of South Africa. And President Comrade Zuma told the top 6 that he believes that he has been subjected to unfair persecution and prosecution over 2 decades. And he emphasized that as a law-abiding citizen, he respects the Constitution and that he too is entitled to the basic rights, as I've said, as enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa under the Bill of Rights. And the top 6 agreed that we have heard President Zuma, we have engaged. We all were very happy about the engagement, the discussions, and all of us are saying we need to ensure that we build the unity of South Africans, the unity of our structures. All of us must unite, build the ANC, and continue respecting the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And the top 6 heard this explanation and agreed to give him space to continue consulting with his lawyers on these issues which he has actually raised, whether to appear before the State Commission, the Judicial Commission of Inquiry. We have left that matter because he will further consult with his lawyers. So in short, we can say and report, as I've said, this was one of the best ever held meeting, positive, constructive, and we ended on a note to continuously and further hold discussions on a range of issues and matters of importance to the country, to the ANC, because we are at one that indeed the Constitution is important, the Bill of Rights, individuals have rights, and all of us must ensure that we respect such things. And our meeting, as I said, ended with that note that we should further continue having to discuss even a lot of internal issues of the African National Congress with an intention of building unity and ensuring that what we have fought for over a period of years, during the years of struggle, we continue to better the lives of the poor, the working class, the marginalized, and ensure that all those issues, be it issues of economy and other issues, are issues which are of great importance to our people. And we further agree that we should continue encouraging our people to respect the regulations, to continue wearing masks and continue washing their hands and doing social distance. So because COVID, we agreed, is still there. The fact that we're at level 1, we must still continue observing the regulations. Those who go to funerals, those who go to meetings, let's listen to what the government of South Africa has actually outlined in terms of the regulations in terms of COVID. So I just want to thank you for this short press briefing, because we did not want to keep quiet as if the meeting was a secret. Indeed, we are supposed to be meeting here today at Luthuli, and due to other logistical arrangements and hiccups and glitches, we finally agreed that we will meet on Zoom. Some of comrades were already here, Comrade Mantashe, Comrade TG, in the morning, but I had to communicate with them to say, because of some technical glitches, logistical glitches, let's meet on Zoom. And we had a very wonderful session. Thank you very much. Okay.
No, thank you very much, members of the media. We appreciate your time. We are not going to be taking questions. We wanted to make sure that
It's okay.
no, but guys, no, we will allow you to ask questions, but you can't force us to ask questions. It doesn't happen like that. When we call you, we're calling you to communicate decisions. We are not calling you to come and have a dialogue. We are calling you to come and communicate decisions of the African National Congress, not to have a dialogue. If we want to call you to have a long press briefing where people must be allowed to ask questions, we'll do exactly that. Because we don't want the message of the ANC going haywire, taking a different line. So we're going to allow the SG, he will deal only with matters that pertain to the statement, nothing outside the statement. We'll only have that. But in future, when we say we are not taking questions, these protests are not helpful. So we should try and minimize the. Okay, SG. Okay, let's take Ndebu.
Okay, my name is Ndebu. I'm with the SAPC. Yes, we appreciate that at least you took some time to communicate the outcomes of the meeting with the former president. But maybe for a lack of a better way, can we say there is nothing really tangible that came out of the meeting? Because we were hoping that the meeting would sort of either convince former President Zuma to cooperate with the State Capture Commission. As he said, he's not going to cooperate with the Commission. And to then again respect the Constitutional Code when it compelled him or when it asked him to adhere or to adhere to the summons of the Commission. But it seems even now, it's like there is nothing really he still has to go and consult with his lawyers. So we can say that there is basically nothing that came out of that meeting. Or the top 6 officials have failed to convince him to respect even the Constitution, the Constitutional Court, and even the Commission.
Okay. Can we? We are covered. No, I will not game 2. So when we finish, we are done. Yes,
Samkelo Maseko from SABC. SG, essentially, the former president is still sticking to his guns that he will not go to the State Capture Commission of Inquiry if the Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo doesn't recuse himself as the chairperson of the commission, or he's saying he's not going until the case that he's instituted at the High Court is properly ventilated and there is a verdict on the Deputy Chief Justice ruling that he will not recuse himself. Where does the former president stick with those particular matters when he says he's still receiving legal counsel, and knowing that he missed the deadline this afternoon at 4 o'clock to file responding affidavits on the case that was instituted at the Court that he must be incarcerated for basically going against the Constitutional Court order, which is the apex court in the land? And what did the ANC top 6 say to him about basically going against the apex court in the land and disregarding the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa? Thank you.
You will appreciate that we don't speak on behalf of former President Jacob Zuma. We are simply giving you feedback on the meeting that was held. So some of the issues you may want to really be taking them up either with the legal team or with the former president himself. So we should be careful not to get the ANC into a space that is not ours. Yes, Mbali.
Mbali Tatani from Newsroom Africa. SG, I just want to find out from you as the top 6, do you support former President Jacob Zuma's decision, since he's only saying that he is still consulting with his legal team? Do you accept that decision, even though he has said that he will defy the courts? Where are you as the top 6 in that position? Do you support it? Do you accept his decision, which he has taken?
You are from? ENCA. So there's no question even from the newsroom? No one? You are? Okay. No, that's fine, SG. I wanted to make sure, because we are not going to be trying to make sure that we speak to the decisions of the meeting.
Yeah. No, I'm happy we allowed the media to pose questions. It's important for us to account. And Tuntebu and Samkelo, I think all the questions almost one. Indeed,
SGB, before you start, there are also just 2 questions that came from the platform. The one question, they say, why does the top 6 decide to give former state president space to consult with his legal representative when he has been doing that and had all the time to exercise his legal rights as enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa? What is that? Another question. That is from who? So that is from Timothy Maleka. And then what is the other? What was the other question? Okay, that's the only one.
Well, something tangible came out of these discussions. What is tangible is that we are at one in terms of the respect for the rule of law, the respect for the Constitution, the respect for the Bill of Rights, the respect for the rights of individuals as enshrined in the Constitution. So, differing with judges, we have always said it does not actually necessarily say you are disrespecting the judiciary. And people have been critical of judges. It's not the first time. And this has always been happened with respect. And therefore, we have confined ourselves to the respect for the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, individual rights. And this is what Comrade President Zuma and all of us have agreed These are the things which are fundamental to our democracy, and that's what we have fought for. And number two, I think the decision to decide when you are charged, the decision is the decision of a person who is actually the accused. In this case, President Zuma is not the accused. This is a commission of inquiry. And in the commission of inquiry, I don't want to talk about a witness, a judge. All those matters are matters for the judiciary to decide on. And our discussions were very, very frank and very deep, addressing real fundamental issues which are facing not President Jacob Zuma, which are facing South Africans and South Africa as a country. Number two, do you support President Zuma as the leader? As the top six, we have engaged. We have engaged. We put President Zuma put his own views. We engaged around all the views because there were views which were actually engaged, different, divergent, and we all agreed that let's respect the right of Comrade Zuma also. You say, as Timothy says, Comrade Zuma has been engaging with his lawyers. Why now? Engaging with your lawyers is always an issue you do all the time when you are actually supposed to take some legal decisions. You can't just take anything and you do as you do. So we couldn't stop President Zuma from saying, I'm consulting with lawyers. I'm still going to take my own decisions as a person, as a South African, as an individual, as a citizen, whilst respecting the Constitution of South Africa and the Bill of Rights. And we allow that process to continue. Yeah?
Yes, the former president says that, okay, I hear you in the constitutional leadership. I then decided to take a decision that I would then appear before the State Capital Commission of Inquiry, or he told the top six to look, and busy up. Did he say it's going or it's not?
Remember, President Zuma has not refused to appear before the Commission of Inquiry, led by Judge Zondo. President Zuma has actually had issues, not with the Commission, but with the judge. And that's why you have raised it yourself, Samkelo, that he went to the High Court. And that's the legal process. So he went to the High Court. He was actually awaiting the decisions of the High Court. So let's respect those processes. Those are legal processes, and they are processes and rights of individuals in terms of the Constitution of South Africa.
No, Deb, we have given you space to ask questions. We have agreed.
Okay, that's fine.
I thought we had consensus on how we're going to move.
I gave you all the time, eh?
Yeah.
When it comes to whether they support for now, whether that leaves you in the top six?
Support which decision? He is still supposed to decide. We have listened and engaged, and he's going to decide once he has consulted with his lawyers. So we'll respect his individual rights.
But what were you hoping for in that meeting?
You know, internal matters of the ANC, sometimes you want us to go deep into what we have actually discussed. Some of the issues are internal organizational matters.
No.
Okay?
Okay, thank you very much. We'll also be issuing the statement so that you can get clarity. The SG did clarify the fact that the meeting follows a decision of the last National Executive Committee that the national officials should engage with former President Jacob Zuma in the manner that they have. So it was only prudent that they come back and give feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your coming at such a short notice.
You want your school?
Old man is not your
Old man, no, this was a real good meeting. Really inspiring. What happened? An inspiring meeting, I can assure you. Honestly. There was no smiling. No, there were fishes. I did not come here. I was not here. It was empty. I was not here. Even myself, I was not here. Not only Zuma did not come here. Some wanted to. Some were going to